Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to round 4 here in Season 5 of the NOSSCAR X2 Series. We're at Dover Speedway. Wood Dog in the number 3 car is on the pole, and green flag is out. Wood Dog gets his first ever pole award here in the NOSSCAR X2 Series. Timac takes over second from Ken. Ken in the number 47 is in third. Throbbing Bane in the number 5 is in 4th. Larson Rocks in the number 31 car is in 5th. Smokin' Joe in the number 7 is in 6th. Driver 88 in the number 13 is in 7th. Dexter in the number 11 is in 8th. Tyler Scott in the number 78 car is in 9th. They're all chasing Wood Dog in the number 3. Timac has won twice before here at Dover Speedway in the NOSSCAR X2 Series. Bondalosaurus in the number 14 machine, he has won a race here before. This is the 4th time the NOSSCAR X2 Series has come to Dover Speedway. And the front two are starting to get some ground on the rest of the field. Ken has a good block on 3rd place for now, but Larson Rocks just took 4th from Throbbing Bane. Looked like Throbbing Bane made contact with the outside wall a little bit. Dexter in the number 11 car, all the way up to 6th already. I believe he qualified somewhere around 8th or 9th, and he's already climbed up into the 6th position. Smokin' Joe in the number 7 car, sitting in 7th. Oh, and a wall glitch for Ken in the number 47 machine. The question is, did they get past the 5th lap or not? Because remember, there are no cautions before the 5th lap when we have the manual caution procedure on for the race. And I believe that the field is... Yes, the field is slowing down. We did reach the 5th lap, so we are under caution here at Dover Speedway. The field's going to bunch up here. We're just going to fast forward for you guys. Pit road remains closed, it seems. A ton of debris on the front straightaway already, as you can see, scattered up towards the outside wall. Wood Dog is the race leader. Timac is in 2nd. Larson Rocks 3rd, and it appears Larson's going to stay out to take the lead. Throbbing Bane comes down pit road. He was in 4th. Dexter was in 5th. Smokin' Joe was in 6th. Driver 88 was in 7th. And there's Gavin. There's Twitch Whiskers. There's Daniel Harmon in the 23 car on pit road as well. We did hold 2 qualification races to see who the top 8 finishers would be to make it to this feature race. There was 9 drivers in both of the qualification races, and the only 2 drivers that were unable to participate in the feature race were Juicy J and Squirrel Nuts. And the unfortunate part about NASCAR 15 is that you can only have 16 drivers in one race. So when there are more than 16 NOSSCAR drivers online and wanting to participate, we do a qualification race system where the top 8 finishers advance to the feature. And now we saw that Larson Rocks stayed out. Timac's going to restart in 2nd. Twitch Whiskers definitely did some strategy on her pit stop. She's going to restart in 3rd. Dexter in the 11 car 4th. Driver 88 with some strategy getting up to 5th. RJ Haywood in the 42, some strategy getting up to 6th. Lot of pit strategy here. The caution came out very early in the race, so some of these guys didn't have too much fuel burned or too much wear on the tires, so this really allowed some drivers to gamble. And we're going to come around now for the restart here at Dover Speedway. I believe they are going to resume this time by at the start-finish line. And yes, they do. Oh, and Wood Dog. We're gonna have to rewind that a little bit here. We're gonna watch this. Wood Dog restarts in 7th. 4th car in line on the inside. We're gonna see if he jumps the restart here or not. And it kind of looked like Twitch Whiskers got forced down and had to slow down to avoid getting hit. And when she did, Wood Dog flew to the front, and I believe that the NOSSCAR officials are going to let Wood Dog know that he needs to drop back to 7th place in order to not receive a pass-through penalty. And there he goes. And we're going to rewind a little bit here, though, because I believe that there was some sort of incident. No, actually, I think everyone's just kind of stacked up back there. Timac the leader, Gavin in 2nd, even though he just made contact with the outside wall. And I think it's Dexter that's in 3rd in the number 11 car, Ricky in 4th in the number 51. RJ Haywood still in 6th place. I saw the 42 car back there, but I couldn't tell who was in between he and the other car in the 5th position. And we just saw Larson Rocks come down pit road. 31 car is on pit road, and we don't know if he got spun out or made contact with the wall and got kind of forced down there, or if he naturally needed to come down pit road to make a pit stop. But very tough break for Larson Rocks. He qualified inside the top 5, and there you see he is getting service. He does have some front end damage on that number 31 Chevy as well. And now we're starting to see Gavin in the number 25 car close in on Timac in the number 24 a little bit, and when he does, this will be a battle for the race lead here at Dover Speedway. Coming into this race, Throbbing Bane has the points lead in the number 5 car. Larson Rocks is in 2nd in the points in the number 31. Timac in the number 24 is in 3rd. Ken in the number 47 is in 4th. Dexter in the number 11 is in 5th. Ricky in the 51 is in 6th. Smokin' Joe is in 7th. Driver 88 in the 13 is in 8th. RJ Haywood in the 42 is in 9th, and Spud Sevenfold in the 20 is in 10th. And that is the standings as of right now, coming into race number 4 of 22 here in Season 5 of the NOSSCAR X2 Series. And I believe we saw Ricky with some damage there, looking very slow on the racetrack, and then there's another car on pit road as well, and I think Larson Rocks is having connection problems, guys, because I don't know what's going on. It appears that he's kind of stuck on pit road. He's a couple laps down now. And RJ Haywood in the 42 with a problem on the inside of the racetrack. Coming out of turn 2, I believe it was. And if it's a solo car incident, then there's no caution. The rules with the cautions, whenever we do have manual cautions in place, there are no cautions for the first 5 laps after the start of the race or after a restart. There are no cautions for 1-car incidents unless it is a 1-car wall glitch incident. There are only cautions called for 2-car wrecks or 3-car wrecks or more, and only if 5 laps or more have passed by, or 6 laps or more rather, have passed by after a restart or the start of a race. The only reason why those rules, the 5 laps rule, is in place is simply to avoid having lots of cautions. Cautions breed cautions. So if we have a caution every other lap, we're just going to simply have cautions for the entire race, and that's unfair to the viewers at home watching on YouTube. We want you guys to enjoy a lot of green flag action. Twitch Whiskers in the 98 car in a little bit of trouble going a lap down here to the race leader Timac, and she's having some connection problems. She was driving on her right side down the straightaway. That was pretty impressive. She maintained quite a bit of speed while doing so. The fans got a kick out of that. A lot of cars have had problems here in the early going of the race. So Twitch Whiskers, I believe, is scored in the 13th position, the last car on the lead lap. Yeah, Twitch Whiskers is not making contact with the outside wall for real. It's simply her connection that's making it appear like she's doing so. You can tell, actually, there's little glimpses of when you can tell that her connection is acting normal, and you can see that she's actually running the inside line and doing a very good job at it. And I was just about to say Timac just put Twitch one lap down, but it's still her connection that's playing games with Timac here. Last thing Ty wants to do is get into Twitch Whiskers. Twitch Whiskers drives for Timac's race team, which is Dusty Motorsports. Dusty Motorsports actually got their very first win last week at Kansas Speedway when Ricky in the number 51 car drove that 51 machine to victory lane. His other drivers are Twitch Whiskers in the 98 car and Driver 88 in the number 13 machine. Last season, Driver 88 was driving the number 46 machine. Since then, he has switched over to the number 13 machine. There was lots of swaps at the conclusion of the 4th season of the NOSSCAR X2 Series. And all the drivers that have a car registered, they apply to the B Cup Series as well when Season 2 begins. And I'm not sure if you guys saw that or not, but Wood Dog in the number 3 car was against the inside wall that last time by, therefore a caution is now on the track. Tough break for Wood Dog. Qualified first for this race, and that was his very first pole award here in the NOSSCAR X2 Series. And now he is going to get around to the tail of the field, and he will have to restart at the tail of the field for this restart. I'm thinking it was a wall glitch. He was spun to the side, and unless another car made contact with him, it would have had to have been a wall glitch, or else no caution would have been called by the NOSSCAR officials. And there's a ton of barrels in the way for pit road. So we're going to take a moment to clean that up. I believe that we can move them a little bit by knocking them out of the way, and I think that someone has done that now. Therefore, there will be less of a mess, but it will not be completely cleaned up. And now we're coming to a stop on the back straightaway to organize the running order. Caleb Starr in the 95 car, for some reason, has decided to go around the track one extra time here. And the NOSSCAR officials are trying to get word to Caleb that he needs to stop. Caleb Starr in the 95 car was supposed to restart in the 11th position in that number 95 machine, but he has taken the liberty to go around the track one extra time, and we're not quite sure what's going on with Caleb Starr. Either way, the drivers are now getting set to roll. Still trying to figure out the running order. And I'm not sure what happened there. That looked pretty wild. That's all under caution, folks. Tyler Scott in the 78 looked very out of control. And the NOSSCAR officials have told Tyler Scott now to calm down and wait until we go green to do anything like that. And maybe still don't. And now the drivers are trying to figure it out. Pit road is now open. Dexter has chosen to not come down pit road. Oh no, Dexter missed the entrance to pit road. There was confusion with the 11 team, and now he is going to come down pit road. Service is being finished to these guys. Tough break for Dexter. And when they restart, it appears that Timac, Gavin, Tyler Scott, Mananger, Driver 88, Throbbing Bane, Wood Dog. It appears those drivers will be the top 7. And we're still working caution. We're still trying to organize the running order. Mananger has cars look strong in that number 48 machine all race long. He's going to restart towards the front. Let's see if he can make something happen. And we're still not restarting, so we're going to continue to fast forward until we know that we're going to put the green flag back in the air. And we're still trying to figure out why Caleb Starr literally just started going around the track, and we don't really know why. And there is mass confusion here at Dover Speedway on par with the number 95. We're getting word now that Caleb Starr has been disqualified from the event, and if he does not back out of the lobby, and even if he does back out of the lobby, the 95 car will receive a 16th place finish here in the feature race. Nevertheless, the green flag has been displayed, and there's already been some problems since there's Dexter on fire on the back straightaway. There had to have been an issue with the number 11 car. And there's Gavin just in front of Timac. So big problems there for Dexter. And there was another car sitting over there smoking. We're getting word that Caleb Starr will be finishing in 16th, and now Dexter is out of the race and he will be finishing in 15th place. That's a major hit in the points for Dexter. He comes into this race in 5th in the standings in that number 11 car. And now there's Tyler Scott challenging Timac for the race lead. Remember, Gavin's trying to stay on the lead lap. Gavin was involved in the incident, and the whole field is closing in on Caleb Starr. But remember, the 95 car has been disqualified and will finish in 16th place. So he is not a factor for position. And I believe just in front of Caleb Starr, up a little bit, is Larson Rocks in the number 31 car. Remember, he was having connection problems and he was stuck on pit road for a couple of laps. Larson Rocks is currently running in the 13th position, scored 2 laps down. And contact now. Gavin and Caleb Starr, 25 and 95. And the caution has been brought out here at Dover Speedway. Everyone catching up to the race leader, Timac. Tyler Scott in 2nd, Throbbing Bane is in 3rd. Wood Dog has climbed back to 4th after his wall glitch early in the race, and we saw somebody spin there under caution. And now pit road is open. As you can see, we were talking about the buckets being in the way a little bit for pit road entrance, and there you saw that they still kind of are. Ricky stays out. Daniel Harmon stays out. Caleb Starr stays out. And everybody else comes down pit road. Smokin' Joe, Larson Rocks, Twitch Whiskers, Man Anger, Timac 11, Throbbing Bane. They're all on pit road. Driver 88 and the 13 cars on pit road. Tyler Scott, 78. And we're just simply fast forwarding until we get to the restart. As you can see, the other cars are now on pit road and they're 1 lap down, and that includes Daniel Harmon and Caleb Starr, I guess, for the most part, because he is disqualified and finishes in 16th place. Because on the scoreboard right now, he is still currently scored as the race leader. And he has still not come to the attention that he needs to drop back and let the field go by. But the green flag is back in the air, folks. Timac with the lead. Wood Dog in second. That is Throbbing Bane in third in the number 5 car. Tyler Scott in fourth. Ken in the number 47 cars in fifth. Oh, and Wood Dog made hard contact with the wall, the outside wall, coming out of turn 2. And he spun to the inside. He's no longer in the top 5. Oh, and a wall glitch for Timac. And remember, we stay green. We did not reach the 5th lap mark. Ken in third, Driver in fourth. And all these guys are just going to go on by. It's going to be really hard to show you the action at this point. Timac with some hard damage to the right side of that car. He ended up getting into the inside wall with the right side. Hard contact. And I guess just simply for entertainment purposes for the fans at home, rather than watching one car work the track until a caution comes out, we are going to fast forward. Just keep in mind that it is, I believe it is Throbbing Bane, the number 5 car, who is in the race lead. Timac 11 is currently scored in the 14th position, the last car on the racetrack that's on the lead lap. Oh, and we just saw another wreck there. Timac just barely avoided him. And I'm not sure if it was a wall glitch or not, so I think that we are still under green flag. And no, we are not. We are under caution, folks. There was a wall glitch incident with a driver over in that turn, and that puts us under the yellow once again here at Dover Speedway. This is round 4 of the 5th season here in the NOSSCAR X2 Series, and pit road is open. And I'm pretty sure every single car that is still in the race is on pit road. We're getting a report that RJ Haywood is now out of the race after that most recent caution in that number 42. And we're going to take a short break. It appears everyone's going to park. And I believe it is indeed some sort of a halfway break, roughly, for these drivers. And so with the report that RJ Haywood is out of the race, that makes it that Caleb Starr finishes in 16th, Dexter will finish in 15th, RJ Haywood will finish in 14th. There are 13 cars still on the racetrack. And I believe that there are 11 cars still on the lead lap. Timac trying to recover after his wall glitch earlier in the 24. Twitch Whiskers just in front of him, and I believe they will be restarting this time. And they do. Green flag is out. Timac gave a nice push to Twitch to try to give her some momentum off the start, but she ended up getting a little bit loose getting into the the first turn. And that's the view Timac has. Up front, I believe it's Dexter leading the race in the number 11 car. Looking strong, but he's being challenged for the race lead now, and I can't quite tell who it is. Oh, and there's a problem up here, and I can't see who it is yet. I think it was Throbbing Bane in the number 5 car. I couldn't quite tell. It was either Throbbing Bane or Larson Rocks, perhaps. They have two very similar looking paint jobs at times. But it was before the 5th lap mark. So we are still green. Timac got around Twitch. Smokin' Joe got around Twitch as well. And I believe it's Gavin that is behind both of those drivers. And there's Daniel Harmon in the number 23. Daniel Harmon is actually still on the lead lap, I am pretty sure. He got the free pass under the most recent caution or the one before. Could you imagine if they went this fast? Timac runs in 7th. Driver 88 just in front of him in the 13 car in 6th. It's Ken in the 47 that's in 5th. Timac just got around driver 88 for the 6th position. And we're getting word that there is a caution on the racetrack. Wood Dog is your race leader. Gavin in 2nd. And Wood Dog at the last second stays out. Daniel Harmon stays out. And perhaps I was wrong about Daniel Harmon being on the lead lap, because it appears he is going to go around and catch the tail of the field. Driver 88, Gavin, Twitch Whiskers, Man Anger, Ken, Timac. Those were the front runners off pit road. And it appeared that Tyler Scott was the next driver off pit road in the 78 car. And then it was Smokin' Joe in the 7. Throbbing Vein in the 5. So it indeed was Throbbing Vein that made contact with the inside wall there. When we were wondering if it was Larson or Throbbing Vein, it was indeed the 5 car. And the green flag is back out at Dover Speedway. Wood Dog has the lead. Ken is in 2nd. Daniel Harmon is in front of some of these guys now. I believe that he's still trapped 1 lap down. And since he did not pit, he gets to restart up towards the front. Gavin is in 3rd. Throbbing Vein is in 4th. Actually, we are getting word that Daniel Harmon chose not to pit at all, and that's how he's all the way up here. But his tires are very worn, and he's about to lose 4th to Throbbing Vein, and perhaps 5th now to Timac. Now Ken all over the inside and the back bumper of Wood Dog up there, and Wood Dog still the race leader after that little battle. And now there's Gavin in 3rd. He closed down on Ken, but had a little trouble through that corner, I'm pretty sure. And behind Timac here, Timac runs in 5th. Man Anger in the 48 cars in 6th. Daniel Harmon has slipped to 7th in the 23. And then that is Driver 88 in the 13 and Smokin' Joe in the 7. Smokin' Joe is now running in the 8th position. Driver 88 in 9th. Oh, and Wood Dog had a problem. Gavin had a problem. And let's go back and look at that if we can. It's the final lap, I believe, folks, and Ken got into the back bumper of Wood Dog, and then afterwards Gavin got into Wood Dog. Wow. Throbbing Vein and Timac were both able to squeak by. Man Anger was able to squeak by as well. Gavin collects himself there in 5th. Wood Dog collects himself in 6th. Oh, but Wood Dog just lost a spot. Oh, and a big wreck with Wood Dog and I believe Daniel Harmon. And the race is over. Ken in the number 47 car used the bump and run on Wood Dog to get the win. Throbbing Vein comes home in 2nd. Timac in 3rd, Gavin in 4th, Man Anger 5th, Smokin' Joe 6th, Driver 88 7th, Tyler Scott 8th, Wood Dog 9th, Twitch 7th, Twitch Whiskers 10th, Daniel Harmon 11th, Ricky 12th, Larson Rocks 13th, RJ Haywood 14th, Dexter 15th, Caleb Starr in 16th, and then the 2 drivers that finished 17th and 18th, the 2 drivers unfortunately who couldn't join us for the feature, were Squirrel Nuts in 17th and Juicy J in 18th. The next race coming up is Watkins Glen. It's a short one, only 18 laps, and it's going to be one heck of a shootout on that road course. Join us for that. This was round number 4 here at Dover Speedway of the 5th season here of the NOSSCAR X2 Series. hosted on the NASCAR 15 video game on the PlayStation 3 console. For more information on how to sign up as a driver, go to www.nosscar.com, NOSSCAR.com, and at the bottom of the homepage you'll see details on how to sign up as a NOSSCAR driver. Thanks very much for watching, and we hope you have a good night.